I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Turn my cell phone down. Get it to work and shut it off. I'll look for, call the meeting order and look for approval of agenda as printed.
Any additions to it?
No.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
We have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. Approve the minutes from 8:16.
I'd make a motion to approve said minutes. Everything looks good, so motion to approve last week's minutes.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. General public concerns. Yeah, it is. All right, Ben, you're up.
Morning.
Morning.
Right away.
Two items on the agenda. The first is to install a phone line at 2503 Gosh Park Road. The telecom construction for Lumen, I believe Lumen is taken over CenturyLink. The constant restriction, who owns the companies, but Lumen is the new CenturyLink.
Okay.
Is this a residence, or is that a This is to a business? residence. Okay. Yep. They're looking at boring underneath the highway. I did inform them that there's the 4-inch gas line in the back of the east ditch, that they're gonna have to contend with when they do the boring, but otherwise they should be clear.
Follow some in and more some.
Good. Well, I'll make that motion to accept the right-of-way for Lumen.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any more discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we got,
The second item, that I have is to approve voucher number 4 for Matthews Construction for project L-77, /73-46 for $787.12. This is for the project down on 280th Street. This is the incentive that we approved by extra work order 2 weeks ago. This is the...
Incentive.
This is the sub-final, so...
Not the final.
This isn't the final. You'll see, the less 3% retainage.
Mhm.
That will be the final that we approve in 30 days
Okay.
for this project.
Mm.
So,
I'll make a motion to approve $787.12 to Matthew.
I'll second that.
we have a first and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else for us, Scott?
about it. We're, on the last week of 4/10, so this is the last Friday that the guys have off.
Oh, that's right.
And then,
No, I think it's, no.
Next week would be the last.
You got one more week.
Monday.
We got one more week.
Yeah, the 28th is Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the second to last week's about like this second to last week, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, so there's 2 weeks left of the 4/10s, and then they'll switch to, back to their 8-hour days.
Okay.
You've been doing a lot of under-the-road cross culvert fixing, repair stuff this summer.
On gravel roads, yes.
Yes, yep.
We've done a lot of, digging up and resetting cross pipes. Years ago, the standard practice wasn't to tie them. So,
Fall apart.
as freeze thaw would happen, the culverts would begin to separate, and then you'd start taking dirt in them, filling them in, they would plug up. This year, we made a concerted effort to dig up a lot of these, reset them, physically tie them together with a metal strap that's about 1/4 of an inch thick and 2 foot long. we usually strap them in 2 locations and then place fabric over every one of the joints and then cover it back up, so.
Should be good for a long
We
time.
should be good for a long time.
Oh, good.
The ones that you're digging up have probably been in there a long time.
Right, yep. So if we've been coming across them and they're non-reinforced concrete, obviously we're replacing concrete that's got rebar in it. We're up on, Elk Road right now where Pooh Bear lives.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I seen the road close sign, that's
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, so there's a large 5-foot round culvert,
Oh,
up by Pooh Bear's place that we dug all the way down to and done the same thing. So,
That's fairly deep, isn't it?
yeah, that's pretty deep right now. We've been there since last Monday or Tuesday, we should finish up today.
you just dig down to it, and then you don't take it out and put it back in necessarily.
On that one, we had to, they were separated far enough out. that
Oh,
we had to
really?
Move a couple of sections and then pull them back together.
Okay.
Hmm.
But
That's about one of the bigger ones that you've dealt with?
That's one of the larger
Yeah.
ones.
Most of them are a couple foot, maybe.
Most of them are, I think the smallest that we usually have on our gravel roads is 4 inch.
Yeah. Not a lot of those, but yet, same thing, they all need to have drainage.
Yeah.
Well, that's been good year to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Update on the link belt. Estimated repair costs right now are $34,000. County has $1,000 deductible for all of its equipment. There is most of that is a replacement cab because the cab on our machine is not, ROPS cab. Yeah, for whatever reason, when we bought it back in 2005, it doesn't have the rollover protection system
Oh,
built
okay.
into it. So, I mean, the actual damages, other than that ROPS, is like, not even 10, but it's $25,000 to put a new ROPS cab on it.
Wow.
And, there is a cab coming across the ocean right now that nobody's named yet, so our insurance company is trying to get,
Acquire that one.
yeah, they're trying to get their name on that one, but I'm told it's still gonna be October.
Is it usable without,
It's debatable right now.
does need some repair?
We need one windshield in it. Mid-Country's got one, $200. After that, we probably could use it for the rest of the season. Obviously, I would want the insurance companies
Blessing.
when we operate it.
She's got a liability issue then.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I guess you can't get by without it, just.
That's what I would say, for liability reasons.
I mean, we've gotten by with one machine
Yeah.
for years, so.
Yep. Well, we were writing out on P-33, and they redid, you that hole that I sent you that picture?
Yep.
They put the cement on it and got it all fixed up, it looks really nice, right, you know, so.
I'll let the guys know,
Yeah, they did a really good job.
A week ago, last Thursday, they did that.
Yeah, yep, looks really good.
Okay.
Anything else for me?
I checked Roosevelt, it looks good. Been out there since they finished.
Not since they finished, they did stop in last Wednesday or Thursday and said that they were wrapping it up, and then they were heading up to the one that Brandon Myers is at.
Oh, on 169.
Yeah, they started on that.
To do the 169 one now, so. And they were praising that one was a concrete box, that they could get their skid loader done.
Yeah, works a lot better.
Bush clean.
Of course, they just got started, then we get a 3-inch rain.
I don't think that's gonna have a real
I don't
detrimental
think so
effect.
either.
Ground should accept.
Oh, it's so
I
dry.
think it just kinda sucked.
It didn't rain that much to the north.
Oh, did it?
Really?
Algona had an inch and a half,
Really?
we had 3.8.
Yeah.
It probably rained more at your place.
I had 3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
We had 3.
Over by, south of
Barely to rain that much.
4, guys said they had 5 inches.
No, no,
Go ahead,
no.
Hardy.
They had 4.
Our kitty corner neighbor, he had, 2.5 inches, and we had
Well, do
3.
you have anything here, Tom?
I know, isn't that weird?
Strange.
Yeah.
About 3 inches.
Oh, that was crazy.
It rained hard.
Maybe his gauge wasn't as good as ours.
It went down fast.
We You got them both on the mailbox.
Oh.
3 inches almost over.
Anything else for Ben?
Go by and just dump a little in the gauge.
Yeah, and that's what they're gonna leave it.
Oh, my gosh, that, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
Thanks,
All
Ben.
right, we'll move down to claims.
I got $127,459.60. 127,459.60. And drainage was $29,857.24.
That's what I got too, so I'll second that.
All righty, we have a first and a second on claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Claims are done. Committee reports. Gonna get out of here early today.
You might.
Wow.
We shut that door quick.
Don't put the cart before the horse.
Tuesday, the 17th, I had Udmo Finance meeting by phone. And then Wednesday, the 18th, I got finally got hooked up to the dam meeting and listened to the last half of that, so, on the phone also.
On the 10th, I had a NACO, ARP webinar. Didn't really learn anything new on that one. It was kind of more or less just redoing what they'd kind of said before, I thought. And then on the 17th, I had, kitty cat daycare. McKinley was there again, and, we discussed different options, for the daycare. We're definitely going to be, increasing our, tuition. We haven't got that out to the parents yet. I think a letter's gonna go out, I think this week, to the parents, that tuition's, gonna go up. What was some of the other things that we talked about? Oh, we're gonna have an after-school, program. We're gonna do it different because it's not associated with the school. We're gonna do it differently. It's gonna be after school until, pick up at 5:30, where the school had it till 5. So that'll give parents an extra half an hour. So hopefully, you know, if they're working in Fort Dodge, that'll give them time to come up and get the kids. And, so hopefully we'll be able to, you know, get a few more kids that way. We are gonna hire a couple of the, school employees that were doing that, yeah, I think they're called paras,
Yeah.
that, were working at the school, and we're gonna hire a couple of them to do that. And then the 18th, Wednesday, in the morning, it was Rolling Hills over at Holstein, and, it was more discussion on this new state law of how the state is gonna, finance the mental health, and all the employees are, employees of each different individual counties, what that liability is gonna mean in the future if the state does take it completely over, because that's gonna be because some counties that have a lot of employees, and like Humboldt, we don't have one, Pocahontas has one, so, you know, there's gonna be like, if they would get laid off, then there's a lot of, unemployment that's gonna be, you know, concerned, so, yeah, so there's just a lot of issues worrying about that. And then on the 18th also, I went to the conservation, meeting at the conservation building. And then on the 19th, in the morning, we had, Homeward Housing Trust Fund, and I don't know why every board that I'm on, something changes, so we had to reorganize our workforce, we had reorganized mental health, we've been kind of redoing daycare, but anyway, Cheryl Reed's gonna retire. Oh, don't put this in the paper, because they haven't announced it, I just remembered that, they haven't announced it to their board. I forgot about that, but anyway, so, Homeward Housing is decided that they are not gonna take on the Iowa Finance Authority, which is the, low-income rent assistance and repairs, loans for down payment loan to get a housing, so...
A fund out there that you can use to help renew your
Correct.
home,
We put in $5,000 a year for it.
but it's very difficult to access.
Right. It was very interesting. We need to do a better job of, I'm gonna get some things out to people, but, different counties, some counties get like 500,000, 700,000, we're only like, I think it was 250,000, I think, is where we're at. I can't find that paper now. But anyway, so now we've gotta find another group to join, we need to join another new group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Rick Rasmussen has graciously let me try to figure that out. Okay, and then also on the 19th, last week was my busy week, Iowa Workforce Development down in, Fort Dodge. And we've pretty much got all of that, thank God, figured out. That was a 1.5-year process of getting that all realigned. We got our board in place, we need one more board member, but we're okay. Yeah, everything, that part is kinda starting to, so we're going back to our quarterly meetings instead of monthly, or bi-monthly. That's it.
That's it?
That is it.
Okay, Wednesday the 18th, I had a housing meeting. We discussed various things, different places to build, and then, 6 o'clock, the 18th, I went to that dam meeting. Didn't get a whole lot out of that, I think it was dancing around the room, I think, but that's all I had for last week.
I didn't have any official other board meetings, but I did check, first part of the week on that drainage project, the ditch cleaning with Brandon Meyer. He's making, the digging wise, very good progress to the conclusion, which would be the beginning of the ditch. Just kinda tidying things up there. I mean, it's not a lot of sediment, but just the islands and stuff in the ditch. And, he had a little ways to go, but he's in the last downhill stretch on that. And then on Friday, they started on the, big box culvert underneath the highway. There's 3 sections, 3 holes in that. They got 1 cleaned out.
That's good.
You know, like Rick said, we talked about the possibility of rain. There wasn't a drop of water in that ditch on Friday. So, probably not a big concern, but that was working much better than what it did at Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being dry, made it nice.
Yeah, so they were doing good on that. I would say this week they'll have that done. I don't think they're working on it today. I think they're gonna wait and start on it again tomorrow. But, one thing that, there was quite a few of, no water, a lot of snapping turtles.
Huh.
Really?
Really? In the culverts?
Yep. In that mud, silt.
In the mud, dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Save any of them?
What's that?
Did you save any of
Well,
them?
I could have. Did you want one?
I'd take 2 or 3, they're good eating.
Well,
My grandma-
I really didn't want to handle it. We did rescue one with the other excavator. We put it in the bucket because it was contemplating going across
It
the
was
highway.
trying to make a run?
It was leaving. Put it in the bucket and then took it to the west and put it back in the ditch, and then it walked north across the field.
Headed somewhere.
It was going, but at least it wasn't going across the highway. Brandon was worried it would cause an accident. It was pretty good size snap.
Really?
So, yeah, there was
That's a
like
good
3 or
one.
4 of them just in that one section.
Right.
Huh.
I imagine that's a great place when
They
it's
Oh,
they like it.
Nice and cool.
So, but other than, so that's actually going really well. Like I said, he's on the very downhill end of the digging part, and then whatever it takes them the next few days this week for that culvert, and then they'll move up to the one on Kentucky probably towards the end of the week, and, get that cleaned out, and projects on the downhill slope are getting completed on the digging and cleaning.
I think they got that figured out, how to get them pipes cleaned now.
Yeah.
They have to use.
Just a curious, thing, after they did the one section, with Peterson's, that had that smaller walk behind skid loader, that worked really well. That's actually big enough, and the ditch is shallow enough, they're gonna get a slightly bigger skid
There's a
loader.
bigger machine in there.
Yep, one that, actual, it's a small skid loader, but one that you're driving, and they thought that would go appreciably faster than one that you're walking behind.
Yeah, that one's about the size of a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, but it beats digging it by hand.
Oh, yeah.
So, it worked really good, they got, and there's a lot of sediment there.
Yeah.
So, they had high hopes for the little bit bigger machine this week, getting it in there, and so that's actually working pretty good.
Alright. Wednesday, I went to that dam meeting also. I think we did give them a little bit of direction.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was worthwhile.
What they're gonna do a couple of, estimates on two different options.
Mhm.
Then they're gonna have a meeting in
October.
October.
Yeah, it seems like they're always sending out
9th or 18th.
public opinion, 4 alternatives are working for us, that's
Yeah.
for their minutes.
Yeah, and also at that public meeting, they're gonna show, it's not just the cost of things, but where funds are available to help offset grants. In other words, that can help offset the costs. So you don't look at this and say, well, that's too expensive, not realizing that maybe it's a 75-25 cost share or something.
Mhm.
There's certain practices that would qualify for more of that grant than others, or a grant.
And that's what this company does, they work through dams all the time, so they have that knowledge, so.
Yeah. They know where to get the money.
Yeah, and then I went out to Roosevelt a couple times, 'cause, Peterson Excavation's cleaning a pipe out there that had about 4 feet of silt in it. And, they got it cleaned out, and the water's flowing good.
Sounds like a spendy one.
It was expensive the way it sounded, but it had to be done. The fish didn't like it, 'cause they lost their tidal pool that they had built up there, but it, after that 3-inch rain, I went and looked, and it's nice place. Yep. So that's good. That's about all I had.
Beans, you still have been, how are we setting on that bridge that we trying to get funds for last year? That, where are we at in that process?
We're still in the middle of the environmental clearances right now. I think out of that original contract, we've paid about $20,000. That's clipping away. I've talked to the guy that was doing our, environmental assessment, John Sellers. He's supposed to have our final report to us. Well, it's supposed to be tail end of last week, I haven't seen it yet. So that should be coming this week. Basically, they document that there's no, environmental issues with either route that we're looking at potentially going, and that's the next step for, Chuck Britton to continue on.
So then, if we have all that paperwork in hand, hopefully the state decides they're gonna do the same thing that they did the last few years, and we can put our name back in the hat.
It sounds like Biden's really pushing this,
Infrastructure.
large
Yeah.
infrastructure bill, and I guess it's anticipated because of the number of deficient bridges that the
Mhm.
state of Iowa has, that we'll get a large chunk of that money.
So we get 1/99th of whatever Iowa gets?
No, I think,
Good thought, Bruce.
Well, I mean, I don't know how they split that up. I'm sure we're gonna be the bottom part of the tier.
last year, I think it was 25 million that the state of Iowa got, and that got split up between 8 projects on county roads. They're anticipating that it's gonna be something similar, if not a little bit larger this time. Like we said last year, you know, they accepted 8 projects, and we were in the top 10 or 11.
Right,
So,
which is good.
Well,
mindset would say that we would make it in the top 8 next time, you know,
Right.
barring a whole bunch of other bridges leapfrogging us.
Right.
Our homeless person didn't do any damage.
Homeless person.
You never heard about that.
I didn't hear
Sheriff's
anything.
Department found a homeless person out there under the bridge,
Under the bridge?
under it or beside it.
Really? I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, they're camping out there.
Yep. As long as they didn't burn it again.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. Did sound like they did find their, 3D archery trailer on Friday.
Well, they lost that, huh?
Yeah, that
Shouldn't
was-
say didn't lose it.
Didn't lose it, it was,
It wandered away on its own.
Borrowed without asking.
repurposed, yes, repurposed.
For a long time ago.
Yeah, a year, I think.
Hmm.
They found it down Fort Dodge somewhere.
So if we ever do get any of that money that they're talking about, do we have a list of things that we could ready, willing, and able to start fixing? And
If there was a magical pot of money.
yeah, if they come back with however many $1 trillion that they're gonna, for infrastructure, I guess I just was curious. I've had people ask, well, what would we fix? We got all kinds of stuff to fix.
We've got, we've still got 4 high trusses, 1 pony truss in the county. We've got 200 and some miles of pavement, about 100 of which is past its design life. Because the design life for asphalt is 20 years, and design life for concrete is 30. We've got numerous amount of miles that we could throw money at, and put in overlays on. But yeah, just bridges alone, between those 4 high trusses and pony truss, I mean, there's $8 million,
Yeah,
guessing.
so we'd have plenty of places we could
I could
talk
find some
to.
spots.
All right, well, I just was curious. I told them I'd ask the question anyway.
How things come up on the bridge north of 7th, north of Rendleton 17, is that been handled yet?
On 17?
Yeah, I guess you probably are not involved in that.
That one's the state bridge.
Yeah.
I know that one's on their 5-year plan for replacement. They wanna say it's next year or the year after out. At some point
I don't know if they communicate much with you on that, or...
I just see it on the 5-year plan, and then...
That's through that slow ground?
Further in development, they'll be sending out a official detour agreement for the county to
Okay.
approve.
All right.
And then they pay us based on how long they use the road.
I bet you they'll come our way, instead of going to right.
Yeah, I
Where
guess
the blocked out.
around.
Okay. All right, well, anything else for Ben?
Nope.
ISAC this week,
Yep.
Yep.
everybody planning on going?
I'm
not.
What's that, Ben?
ISAC?
You go?
Sandy.
You're not going?
Motion to adjourn.
I got a question. These you folks, some of you went to the conservation board meeting, this is from their minutes. Said that they update on the federal trail resurfacing grant was submitted. They didn't quite get in the top 6, so that was what Todd had presented on a couple miles of trail resurfacing.
Blacktop it.
Yeah,
They,
so that didn't quite get the high enough approval rating, and so that it's not
They're
gonna take.
close enough to Des Moines.
Yeah.
That, I just wanna make sure it's the same one that he had presented. That was the quote-unquote
I think they talked about that after we left.
COVID grant money. Is that, that's why I'm
Well,
understanding it.
we weren't there for that part of the meeting.
Oh, you weren't? You
We
didn't
were
pay
just
for
there for the
whole thing?
dam.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay.
I think you're probably right on that.
Yeah, that's what it appears to me, that,
Mhm.
'cause that was submitted, and then they look at them, and kinda like Ben and his Murray Bridge, I mean, you gotta get up in the top tier for the money. Nope, that was my only question.
I have first,
Second?
second, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
see if
carries.
Eric had the